What's up, guys? Your boy Al got kicked out with me today,
Yo,
and
yo,
we're gonna be
yo.
talking about Game 7. Steph,
What
Clay,
went wrong for the Celtics?
fourth ring for Steph. I mean, guy's a beast. And
It's crazy.
also talk about Rob Gronkowski retiring for the second time. Um,
And then we're going to talk about some NBA teams that we see fit to take on the challenge of winning next year. So, and I think it was well deserved. And they haven't been in the finals for like what, 4 years? So, or three years. So
yeah,
I think they deserve it. But obviously, like, Celtics have some things to reassess in that offseason. And I mean, the Warriors just celebrate. They'll probably be back next year I mean, maybe not with cap space issues that they're facing right now, but we'll see.
mhm. Yeah. I mean, I was very like upset because I want the Celtics to win.
I did
Um,
too.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, Warriors deserve it. I mean, they're the best team in the
Yeah.
whole basketball. I mean, NBA really.
Yeah, they proved
Um,
that for sure.
yeah, I mean, they never faced elimination either. So I
That's
mean,
true.
I'm pretty sure they're like 4-1, and then 4-2, and then 4-1, and 4-2 again.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you see that on paper, I mean that's the best team by
Yeah.
far. I
Yeah.
mean, what'd you see in Game 6 that kind of helped the Warriors to you know beat the Celtics?
So I think we all know Curry had an amazing game. And then some supporting roles that helped him as well as like Andrew Wiggins. Draymond had more points than he did the whole series. So I think he had like what, 9 or 10. So
What?
it obviously propelled them. I think he did.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
and then Celtics was just bad turnovers, not really playing their best basketball. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Draymond. I mean, that game was huge. I mean, he had like what 10, 15 maybe that game. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know if it was that much, but
I was to be honest. I think Draymond was. This is probably the worst version of Draymond I've ever seen in my life. Like
yeah.
this whole playoffs really. But I mean, he came up clutch, man. I mean, that's what happens when you're a freaking
Yeah. Okay, he
four-time
had 12 points, 8
12.
assists, 12 rebounds. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty good stat line. Almost a triple double. So
Yeah, I mean, Klay Thompson had about like what 18, probably
he had 12.
12. So I
So not
mean,
his best game. Game 6, I don't think we saw game 6, Clay.
no, there was
Um,
we did not see Game 6 Klay. We saw like 2012 Klay, probably.
yeah. I mean, Jordan Poole, we saw him play fairly well. He came up clutch with a couple threes. So
Yeah. How do
yeah.
you how do you feel about Jordan Poole? I mean, what's his offseason gonna look like? I mean, he's because I mean he should get paid after this like playoffs performance.
So I think maybe like, so I don't know how much he's getting paid right now. Um, is he on like a 1 year deal or a 2 year deal or something like that?
Um, Pretty sure it's like a 2-year deal, two or three probably.
And then was this his last year on that deal, or
Hmm.
is
I
he
mean
still on that?
they signed him in 2020, so they've had him for about 2 years now. So I mean,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
assume he's got to get paid this offseason.
Yeah. I would assume that as well. He's only getting paid 2 million. Um,
Wow.
but again, with the Warriors cap space, I mean, Andrew Wiggins is getting paid 31 million, which is a lot for a supporting role.
Hmm.
Um, like obviously he had some big moments in the finals, but I don't know if he for this team, I don't know if he deserves that.
I mean,
Also,
he averaged like what 18 points per game, probably.
yeah, I think 18 points in the regular season too. So
Hmm. I mean, he was
it's not bad. It's just almost average for the in the NBA. So not average, but like a little bit above average.
yeah,
But as far as being on the Warriors team, they have elite scorers. So I think obviously he's probably gonna keep that salary. I wonder if they'll reassess and lower it, but
yeah. I mean, I feel like Jordan Poole is probably. I mean, he kind of was that guy. I mean, whenever they were going down, they weren't.
mhm,
They need somebody who can make shots, and he
yeah.
was that guy, really.
And I mean, this is the toughest stage to play on, and the fact that he's putting up those points, and taking those shots. Some didn't fall, and some were kind of ugly, but he's taking them and making a significant amount. So I think we see him back on the Warriors, most likely with a higher salary.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, he probably should get paid like what 20 million per year, maybe. I mean, I know he's coming off the bench, but I mean, he's
Yeah, I would say like 15 to 20. Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
maybe like 17 or something like that. But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, Steph Curry, man, he's unbelievable. I mean, this
yeah,
guy is a four-time champ. He's probably, I mean, he's definitely going to the Hall of Fame.
yeah.
Um, no doubt.
I would say top 5 point guard of all time,
What about
for sure.
what about top five player all time?
Yeah,
Top 10, maybe.
top 10. Yeah,
Yeah,
top five is it's pretty close, but
yeah. I
top 10
mean,
for sure.
he's
I
got
think I
four.
think with this finals, he kind of secured that top 10 spot.
Yeah, he's
So
he's been to the finals six times.
yeah,
He's
and
won
one
four of them.
four.
I
It's a
mean,
pretty good record.
he's got the same amount of rings as LeBron.
Yeah,
Oh, that should just tell you everything you have to know
yeah,
about that. And LeBron's been to the finals like what 10 times probably.
yeah. 10 times. Yeah,
Yeah. And to be honest with you, man, I feel like the Celtics kind of they had this game. Like I feel like
yeah.
they had this game, but
They kind of sold it, and I mean, Jason Tatum obviously didn't have his best game. Is well held to like 13, so
yeah,
underwhelming night for him. Uh,
yeah. I think just him kind of I don't know these last two games, 2 or 3 games, he just didn't look like himself. I mean, he did
yeah,
average 25. He wasn't, you know, making shots. He wasn't being that guy that we've
and like
seen the,
I
the
saw a
whole season.
trend with him. Like every time he had possession of the ball or was passed to, he would almost always drive to the rim. He wouldn't really take shots. He really wouldn't pass it after he got the ball. So I don't know if it's like a dysfunctional offense on the Celtics part because they're targeted on offense because their defense is so good. Their offense is a little lackluster. They have good nights, but it's not every night. So they need to reassess that for sure in the off season. I
I
mean,
mean,
dude, Jaylen Brown is top tier, bro. I mean, I loved what he did on the final stage, and I hope we see them back next year.
yeah. I mean, Jalen Brown kind of was the guy. I mean, do you think if the Celtics won the finals that he would have been MVP?
100%.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he averaged like um maybe 20, 25, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Jason. I feel bad for all of them because I mean, to be honest, nobody was expecting them to be where they are right now.
Yeah, I
So
know, dude. So like with the ESPN, I don't know if it's ESPN, maybe it was, but I just didn't love the prediction percentages for each game.
mm,
Like they favored the Warriors more and more. Like it should have been like almost even from the start or
no,
close to it.
yeah, like, dude, what's the problem, bro? I mean,
I
you
know.
got Steph Curry, you got Andrew Wiggins, you got Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole. I mean, how is that not a good team?
I know, right? Like I was just mind boggled when it was like 88% for the Celtics to win the finals. I was
Yeah.
like, what? I was like, okay, but but like there's obviously more talent in the
Yeah,
Warriors franchise.
dude, that
And
was
we've seen them on the final stage before. They have experience. It's not like this is their first rodeo. So obviously there's younger guys on their squad, but I
yeah.
don't know. It's just I was just like, what?
No, to your point, I mean, like the Warriors were kind of the underdog in this like the series the whole time.
Yeah.
And to me, from my perspective, I was like, no, I think the Celtics are the underdogs in this series
Yeah.
because I mean they've never been to the finals. I mean they have been
Yeah.
to the finals, but it was like 12 years ago. So
And none of these guys were on that squad.
right.
So
I mean it's just to be honest, it's stupid. Like ESPN, like ESPN's so whack nowadays.
I
Like
know.
it's so whack. I wish they would actually like take time to look at each team and be like, oh, Steph Curry. I mean, he's a pretty good player, right? Like, come on,
Yeah.
bro. It's
Like obviously, like, I mean, dude, they almost swept two teams and then
yeah,
they went to like a game six with the Grizzlies, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, obviously some of those teams weren't 100%, but still,
Like I get
it's the
John
Warriors.
Morant. I mean, there's a whole different conversation about the John Morant versus Warriors, series.
Yeah.
Um, but to be honest, Coop, I mean, Warriors are the team. I mean, they've always been that team. They've been the team for the last 10 years. I mean, no, not 10 years, probably like 8 years, probably.
6 or 7. Yeah.
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 So I'm, I mean, I'm sad that the Celtics lost, but Steph Curry got another ring. Probably got another kid after the win. So,
Mm. Fourth ring, fourth kid.
but yeah. But
Yeah.
Coop, tell me about like what which team do you think next season we could see in the finals? Because I mean, there's a lot of teams. They got a lot of different players. Like
I would love to see these teams run it back the finals.
what?
I mean, imagine that.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, it would maybe get a little bit monotonous, but I think it would be fun to watch.
yeah. I mean, ESPN they said that Warriors are number one, and then the Celtics were like number two probably
Yeah.
for next year. So
I don't
oh,
know what page it was, but there was this page that had the Bucks over the Celtics already. Like I was like, what? The Celtics just almost won the finals. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the Bucks didn't have Chris Middleton, so
yeah, but
that makes kind of a difference, I would say.
yeah,
But I mean, to your point, you've said Grizzlies. I know you like the Grizzlies. You like the Hornets. You like the Cavs.
yeah.
Um,
All very young teams with a
yeah.
lot of talent.
How those teams? Who could you see like being having the best season uh, next year?
I think the Grizzlies for
Yeah.
sure. They're so deep right now, and I mean, last season they played better without Ja, which is strange. You take a star out of almost any organization, and your team's going to play worse or the same.
Mhm.
No, worse. But with the Grizzlies, they played almost better. So just interesting. And then like Dylan Brooks has made a name for himself.
Yeah.
Desmond Bain, I mean, like some other guys on this squad. So I think definitely they'll make a deeper run in the playoffs next year.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, to the Hornets, I mean, I hope they can,
In the playoff drought, bro.
I hope they can be in the playoffs. I
Yeah.
mean, the last time they were in the playoffs was like Kemba Walker, uh, Bismack Biombo, or whoever his
Yeah.
name is. So,
Hopefully we will because we'll have a new coach, right? So
yeah.
hopefully can do some wonders within this season. Um
Hey, tell me about
getting the
LaMelo.
record up.
Tell me about LaMelo Ball next year. What do you think his um, potential can be these next coming years?
Dude, I think he has a lot of potential. I feel like social media has been following him since like
He was like,
seventh grade.
mhm,
So like
yeah,
pretty much all of his years leading up to the league. So I think he could almost honestly like be one of the heads of like the league or one of those I don't know what you call it, but like kind of the league leader
yeah,
like John Morant has kind of become like Luka Doncic has kind of become. So I think he could honestly be one of the faces of the league. So I think it's good. Um, he has a bright future. He looks really promising. So
mhm.
we'll
I
see.
mean, his brothers, Lonzo, Leangelo. Um, I mean, we've known about them for like what 5, 6 years now.
Yeah.
So I think Lamelo is probably the best out of all three of them for sure. Um, Lonzo,
In terms of
he's
like executing what they're doing, like Lonzo's like what and one time All Star. He's did he start?
yeah,
No, he didn't start, but he was an All Star
no, he wasn't.
last year. Yeah.
No, Lonzo,
Oh, I thought you said Lamelo.
no, Lonzo. Lonzo, he's been dealing with injuries for the
Yeah, yeah,
last 4 years. I mean, he can't catch a break. The guy who we all know UCLA was the guy.
yeah,
And I mean, he had such a weird shot. I mean, we all knew about it, but he fixed it. Um,
yeah.
I
And
mean,
then
I
this year
kind
he's
of,
been riddled with injury, so
yeah, I
I
kind of
think next
wish,
year we'll see him back.
I kind of wish the Pelicans kept him because I mean, I feel like he was a good piece. With Zion, the chemistry that they had. Um, but I mean, CJ McCollum, he's a beast. Brandon
Yeah,
Ingram.
I think
So
I think Lonzo is such a good passer as well. And on the Bulls, like I think they're an up and coming team. They haven't been great for a while since like the '96 Bulls, but
yeah,
so they've kind of turned their franchise around, and I mean they made the playoffs. So hopefully we'll see them make a deeper run as well next season.
yeah. To be honest with you, I mean, I was shocked whenever I saw they lost 4-1 to the Bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I mean, you got DeMar DeRozan, you got Zach LaVine, who is actually coming back. Um, he said he's going to re-sign with the Chicago Bulls.
yeah.
So
And I think Caruso he came in like the third or fourth game, so they didn't have him the first couple. So obviously they've been missing parts of their team that they crucially need. So yeah, I mean Alex Caruso is such a good playmaker. And then you got Lonzo who's been out. I think he was still out in the playoffs.
yeah,
So they're missing a couple pieces, but next year I think they'll have a lot better season, uh, and they'll make a deeper playoff run.
Yeah. I mean, I think Chicago's one of the best, cities, and they have a pretty solid team. Um, I mean, they
Yeah.
still have Billy Donovan as their head coach. So, and then also, I was going to ask you about the Lakers. I mean, this
The
is a team
Lakers.
who
Yeah.
they were put number 17 on the top 30 teams for next year
Yeah.
with LeBron, AD on the same team, and Russ. So, I mean, to be honest, kid, but they just need talent. They need some young talent to come in and
Yeah.
bring some defense. Because I
I
mean,
think this year will really be like a make or break. Like either we push it hard, get to the playoffs, or we kind of disperse the team or whatever the managers feel fit to do with this team.
yeah,
If they miss the playoffs again, I think I think we'll see LeBron on a new team, honestly.
yeah. I think if LeBron doesn't even make it to the first round, um, I think he's probably gonna just leave, like you said
Yeah.
already. So
He might take like a pay cut, but
yeah, I
I think
mean,
I think we could see him leave
I'm
possibly.
to be honest, Kim, I'm so surprised that Russ is still on the team. Like I thought they were going to trade him, you know, but I mean, they said they're keeping him and they're going to build
Yeah.
around him and AD and LeBron. So it's something interesting we should watch. I mean, they just got a new coach,
Yeah.
so
And I mean
oh,
AD hadn't played for I don't think did he play at all this season?
he played like 40 games probably,
Okay. Okay.
but
So I is he coming back next season? Right.
yeah, he's coming back next season.
Okay. So we'll see him back. Um uh I don't know, is LeBron's like health in jeopardy? Like we saw him go out at the end of the season with like trying to remember what was it, like a foot injury or something like that. So do we see
I think
another injury as he gets older?
to be honest, I really hope not.
Yeah, I do
Um,
too.
I really want LeBron to get at least two more rings. I want him. I
It's a
want
lot.
LeBron. I want LeBron to have at least six. If he can
Six.
have, if he can have six by the end of this, his career, then I think he's guaranteed best player in the world of all time.
So do you think it matters how he gets those rings? Like say just for hypothetical, like if he joined the Warriors, would you count that ring towards his total legacy?
I
Or did
mean,
he take the easy way out?
I'd probably say probably took the easy way out, just like KD did. I mean,
Yeah.
whenever you saw KD go to the Warriors, you're like, this is this is cheap. Like
Yeah.
it's a cheap move. So, I mean, if he did that, I'll be kind of disappointed. But I mean, still it's six, so can't
True.
get mad at him about that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
how do you feel about you know the Lakers? I mean, not the Lakers. Sorry, um, the Clippers. Paul George, Kawhi. I mean, they last season. I mean, they weren't that good to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Kawhi was absent for the whole season.
Yeah,
And then Paul George was out. Um,
yeah,
I think the first half of the season. So dude, I think we're gonna see a totally new team next year. Um, I really hope they can make it to the second round of the playoffs uh, and farther. Um,
yeah.
I think Kawhi can get another ring. um, within his career. So it's just a matter of what team he does it on. So
Do you think he's gonna? I mean, he's probably gonna stay with the Clippers, but
yeah,
um, how far? I mean, you already said second round, but to me, I think they can go to the conference finals
yeah,
um, with the team they had 2 years ago. Um, I think that team was probably one of the best teams, that year.
yeah,
Um, so they were this close, and they didn't have Kawhi either.
yeah. So
So
I mean, it's gonna be a totally different team with Kawhi.
yeah,
I think people forget how elite Kawhi is.
yeah,
He's just at another level. So once he enters and actually plays for the organization, then I think we'll see a totally different Clippers.
yeah. I mean, I think Kawhi, to be honest, he's probably one of the top five best players right now, in
Oh
my
yeah,
opinion.
yes. Probably not this past year just because he didn't play at all, but 2020, 2019, he was top five
Mm. I
current.
mean, he went to Toronto for 1 year, and he got a
Yeah,
ring there. So,
exactly.
and now he's the king of
I mean,
Toronto.
obviously LeBron left the East and um, they didn't have the hardest Eastern Conference Finals, but he still won. So
Yeah,
against a Warriors team that still pretty good.
yeah.
So
And to be honest, I think that Kawhi and Paul George is probably one of the best, duos in the NBA.
yeah,
So I expect big things from them next year.
yeah, and I think
And
Kawhi is such a good two-way player. Like he can score for you, but he's also really good at defense,
yeah,
and so that just plays so well. That just plays out so well on that team. So
I mean, he's
um
got two rings, two Finals MVPs,
yeah, I think he
two-time
has
Defensive Player of the
defensive
Year.
player of the year
Yeah.
twice. Yeah.
So I mean, hopefully we see Kawhi, get some and hopefully another ring. Um,
Yeah.
to be honest. And then this is actually pretty breaking news. Rob Gronkowski retired again
I
for the second
saw that.
time.
Yeah. I saw that
Um,
like 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
yeah. How do you think this is a pretty shock? How shocking do you think this is?
It is pretty shocking. Like, I think besides like Tom Brady, I think it's definitely like a new league. It's kind of a transition into younger players. Uh, just like seeing so many new players and so many players that are retiring. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's exciting because there's so much young talent, and then there's old talent that's praising young talent and leaving. And I mean, I think it was just time for him. He could have run it back with Tom Brady, but I
Mhm.
mean, it's all up to him. So could we see
Yeah,
like maybe a comeback again? Because I mean, he's already came out of retirement, right?
this is a second time.
Second time. So
So, do you think that how much do you think this will affect Tom Brady and the Bucks?
I mean, like he's always been really targeted by Tom Brady because he knows he can get that pass to Rob. So I think obviously Mike Evans is such an elite wide receiver. So we'll definitely see a lot more of him.
Mhm.
If we already haven't, he's an amazing player. So I think he'll probably look to a few other receivers. I don't really know any other receivers on that team, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think priorities kind of change when someone retires.
No, yeah. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin,
Yeah.
and then OJ Howard, who is the backup to Rob Kowski. He's been a solid second string tight end for the Bucks. So he definitely needs to get ready for this season. Because he's going to be a number one guy
Yeah.
in that tight end position.
And I think tight ends also like are that key blocker for the
Yeah.
QB. So like his blind side, he's on that defender. So yeah, I think we'll definitely see a young buck stepping up to the challenge. So yeah.
And in my opinion, I think Tom Brady, this might be his last year. I mean, it probably is.
Yeah,
To be
depending on
honest.
how it goes.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Tom Brady, I think they can definitely win another. He can definitely get another ring.
yeah.
Hopefully, this is his last season because I mean he's gonna after after it leaves he's gonna go to Fox and be
Oh
an
yeah.
analyst for Fox.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the highest paid analyst on TV.
Dang,
37 million per year. Crazy.
that is a lot.
And
How
on
much
that
is he
note,
paid as a player?
he's getting paid like 40 million probably as a
Bro,
player.
what? I would
Yeah.
stop playing.
I know, like, dude, you've been playing for 23 years. I mean,
Yeah.
like, just retire.
Yeah.
But
I mean, but he fell short in the playoffs, so
yeah,
I think he's kind of
I think he should have retired 2 years ago after he won the ring with the Bucks.
yeah.
Just saying, like, on a high note, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. On that note, I want to say thank you guys for watching and subscribing. If you guys can, please follow the podcast. We're going to be doing a lot more like we've been already. And see you guys in a bit.